up on top? Oh, I see it. Okay. Well, we'll start out here. All right.
You're live.
I'm live?
Yep.
Okay. HODL, HODL, HODL. Save, save, save. Build a, build a, build a. Sound money, sound money. This is ugly old goat here. Guys, I have been kind of out of this world for the last year. Since January, I got very sick. You can probably still tell in my voice, it's not back yet, but I literally could not talk for 3 months. And then I had some major personal problems in the last year. But you know what? I'm back. I'm going to do an analysis here. I'm going to talk about hedging your HODL, and I'm actually going to make the case for $40,000 Bitcoin. I know Tone Vade had his halving show, and I was the only one on there. Nobody wanted to hear it. I said, there's a very strong possibility that I really don't think we have a healthy market unless we go down below. Yeah, I said, okay. And until we go down under 40,000. And that's not saying we're going, as you guys know, if you follow me at all, I have no clue where the market's going, okay? What I'm trying to do is point out the risks involved right now in Bitcoin. And I'm going to share the reasons why, but let me start out with why we use Bitcoin and why it is a good foundation and why it makes a good standard. So I want to go back to, it's never too late for Bitcoin. How do I share? Am I sharing that screen now? All right. So is that what I'm seeing down here up above? Is it sharing the article? Okay. So I'm going to scroll down on this article. The reason it's never too late for Bitcoin is because if you dollar cost average, you're going to do just fine even with the worst timing. So people think, oh, there's magic beans, it's a successful trader, you got to know what you're doing. You don't have to know Dick. You don't have to know anything about where the market's going if you just follow some very sound strategies and principles. And the number one thing that you do in order to build a HODL, you do it through discipline and through dollar cost averaging. We went through this to make the case that it's never too late for Bitcoin. We have taken the last 3 peaks and showed that if you started buying Bitcoin at the very worst time, okay, and were consistent every month, you're well ahead of the game. Now, this is the last one that we did. The last peak was, can you blow that up? Can I read it?
Click on the image.
Oh, just click it on. Okay. Yeah, it was back on October 15th, 2021. We were over $60,000. And the market, of course, broke sharply. We went down well under $20,000. Now we're back up, at $65,000. If you just had the discipline and bought $500 a month, you'd have $16,000 invested in Bitcoin, and you've doubled your equity. That's the whole key. And the reason dollar cost averaging works is by definition, you're going to be buying more at lower prices than at higher prices. And so that's why it works. And so assuming, it's never too late for Bitcoin. And you just have to get that through your head. Whoops, I don't want that in there. Now we can scroll down. Here, let's scroll down. Here's the next peak. And I can hit the image. And you can see, I can't read that. It's all too big. But you go to this article and you can look at it yourself. I mean, the returns are phenomenal. It just depends upon how long you've been into Bitcoin, but it's never too late. Even if you're a newbie into Bitcoin, you can see that with the very worst timing, Bitcoin has treated you well over the long run. Over the short run, it's very volatile. And like I teach, I said, Bitcoin really is a poor store of value. And it's really a lousy form of cash, but it's a great speculation. And the way you speculate on it is dollar cost averaging and accumulate. It's the one thing I like about Michael Saylor, he does call it your treasury. It should be your treasury. It should be your asset of last resort. It's really people call it the fuck you money, or I call it, it's really your escape money. If the world falls apart, it's the last thing you have. It's the only thing that you have that's not confiscatable. So long as you own your own keys. So I want to lay the foundation with this analysis that it's never too late for Bitcoin. Everything that I do is based on that fundamental. Now, the whole thing is, if you're accumulating Bitcoin, you now have a HODL. Well, what do you do with it? The darn thing goes up and down, goes crazy. Well, actually, once you have a HODL, you're now like a commercial interest. Now, people don't understand it, but markets are actually, how do I get out of this? Just press on it. Okay, and I'm going to get out of this one. And let's see, we're going to go to the chart. Was this the one I want? Yeah. All right, am I sharing it? Okay. This is the monthly chart of Bitcoin. I'm going to make a case that there is I think at least 50-50 chance, perhaps more, that this market can break substantially. And really, to be a healthy bull market, it needs to break under $40,000, make a new yearly low. Basically, if you look at 2023, it didn't feel like a bull market, but in 2023, we started out at about 15,000 and we finished out here, at almost $40,000, okay? Now, and this year we started out the same way, okay? But now look, on your monthly basis, we're at an 8 on the MRI. A 9 is, a very much of a caution signal. The other thing, if we look at the futures markets are at a substantial contango. Now, fundamentally, in that, what that means, it doesn't mean you can't go into a larger contango. It doesn't mean that we're not going up. We could go up to $1 million. We could go up to, who knows? I don't know. But the whole thing is risk. That's what we're looking at. And what we're trying to do is mitigate the risk. And that's why markets are created. Markets are created so you have your HODL, but you can use futures or derivatives to hedge your HODL. And all it is buying insurance is a way to protect yourself. You can't do it until you have a HODL, okay? Miners, it's necessary for them. These markets, and what has happened this last year is the Bitcoin market is growing up. It's getting much more sophisticated. Very few miners were hedging their positions. And because they got creamed so badly last year with that drop the drop in 2 years ago from 60,000 down to 15,000, and I was screaming. I talked to miners. Oh no, we don't hedge it. We don't have to because the market's not going down. Well, it went down, and those that hedged themselves were perfectly protected because at that time you could hedge 10% of your production and lock in a profit for the year. So it's just silly not to do it. And right now you have the same thing going on. If you look at the futures, you're going to see, and we'll get that to a bit, but you're going to see that the futures, December Bitcoin is a substantial premium. It's a reflection of interest rates and storage, but you can sell December Bitcoin about 10% over the market and lock in that price. So it does, and that way you're protected in case of a market drop. Again, futures markets, for the speculator, you're assuming risk, but the reason they're created is to pass on the risk because Bitcoin is very risky. And so that's why we have derivatives and that's why we have futures markets, because it producers, people that are in the business, and you as a hodler, you need to learn to hedge your hodl and protect your assets. And that's the function of the marketplace. So it's fine to dollar cost average. You want to build that hodl, but there are prudent strategies that you can use to hedge yourself. Now, I'm going to go look at the market for a little bit here. Let me go into, all right, here's my current position. I'm short, but let's go look at some of the markets up here. Okay, if you look, you've got the December futures trading at 72,500 compared with a spot of 67,500. That's a large contango. And so, if you're a producer, if you're there mining, it's a very wise and prudent thing to do to lock in your production costs. So at least if the market does go down under $40,000, which I think is a good chance that it will, you are protected. And this is how you do it. Now, once you have a HODL, you can do the same thing that commercial interests do. And quite a long time ago, I wrote this article. Now, this article was way back in 2019, but it's a primer for managing assets on the Bitcoin standard. And it outlines, first of all, it goes down to this article. Again, this is another article that we have on Contango is a godsend for miners and a curse for speculators. But this outlines how you can actually protect yourself by hedging your Bitcoin. And I got blasted for that article. Oh, you're sell Bitcoin. No, I'm not sell Bitcoin. I didn't say to go short. I'm saying it's the way you sell Bitcoin on derivatives to protect your HODL. And there are wise times to do it. It's a matter of risk management. And so check, all of these articles are listed on the credits down here, so I recommend you go and read them. This is the original, this was backwardization is a godsend for speculators and a curse for miners. And the market has gone into backwardization. Most likely that will happen again. Bitcoin just ended. But here's the original article of how the Contango is a godsend for miners and a curse for speculators. And that's where we're at now. Now, it is not a predictor of the market. It's just that having a Contango makes the market a very useful mechanism for hedging for miners. And what adds that, Contango, it's like a rubber band. If the Contango gets too wide, it snaps back. And that's what you see in Contango. That's one reason why I'm not super bullish in here, because with this Contango, okay, we could go up to $100,000 or $200,000. I don't know, but it's struggling all the way because you've already got 10% built into the market, just for 6 months. So that's a huge Contango. And, so as a producer, if you're a miner, you're looking to protect yourself because, $40,000 Bitcoin would be devastating for you. And what you're trying to do is mitigate risk and not embrace risk. And that's why we have derivatives and that's why we have futures. So, again, now, if we go to the long-term chart, let's see where that is.
The second.
This one? Yeah. Whoops, that's not it. Trading View, where's Trading View?
Oh, the first one.
Oh, okay. All right. So here we are. This is, again, I'm looking at the monthly. And we've had a huge bull market. And so basically what people are saying to make the bullish case, they're saying that this year is going to be just like last year. And it's just going to be a bull market all year long. Well, that could be, and I understand all the arguments. You've got Plan B in there and all these price models, but price models are just price models. Nobody knows where the market's going, so it's always a matter of what your risks are. And in my historical studies of markets don't go straight up. It'd be very unusual if this year just goes into a bull market all year. And this indicator here is a timing indicator. It's saying, hey, we're at a point where, now, if you go into the daily, everything's still up, okay? The moving averages are up, but they're getting ready to turn down.
Give me the mouse for a minute.
And, okay. They're getting ready to turn down. Now, if we hold in here, that's fine. But Bitcoin I'm not going to be shocked if we have a real hard correction. Now, I know the news is they found a bunch of, well, not found, they're going to distribute a lot of the Mt. Gox holdings. And I find that kind of ironic because I was in Bitcoin when all that was happening. I never bought any Bitcoin on Mt. Gox. But I was contemplating establishing at a position because you could get it for under spot. You could buy Bitcoin on Mt. Gox for about a 50% discount or 70% discount of the market. And I thought, well, that was a good risk. And it turned out the reason it really worked for people is because very few people had the ability to hold on and hodl their Bitcoin. Whereas if you were trapped in Mt. Gox, you now, basically, you Mt. Gox gave you the discipline that you probably did not have on your own. And so you've got this huge, beautiful windfall of Bitcoin that, was trading at 70% of spot, which I think, and I don't remember, I'd have to go look it up, but I was thinking Bitcoin was $400 or $500 and Mt. Gox, it was $200. But the whole point is you didn't get out of it for 10 years. But now look, anybody that, even if you only get half of the $200 Bitcoin that you had, you still have a tremendous windfall. And that is the beauty of hodling Bitcoin. And the Mt. Gox disaster turned out to be a godsend because it gave people the ability to hold the Bitcoin and without trading it, and you're finding out, what the real worth was, but if you just leave it alone. So I find it extremely interesting. Now here's your daily, and what I'm looking at now is you're at your weekly. So we're still in a bull market, okay? And we could, and if you look at your daily, all the moving average guys are long. I would say if we break below this high, which was about 66,203, we got some major issues coming. And, if we get that, and again, I'm looking for it to go to about 38,000, below the 40K mark for it to be. I'm not saying it's going there. I'm just saying there's a strong possibility it's going there, and you want to, if you're willing to weather that storm, great. But if you're worried about it, as I am, you want to hedge a little bit to cover yourself, and so that's why in Bitcoin you can go long or short derivatives, and you can play against your own HODL. So once you have a HODL, you're now a commercial interest. All right, so that's my bearish case. I mean, there's fundamentals out there. You got this supply coming on the market. I think it'll be absorbed easily, but that doesn't rule out. Markets are ruled by emotion, not by logic. And we all these people that are so bullish now, they change their tune. They're bullish when it's going up, and they're bearish when it's going down. And so this is the time that you want to be looking at your whole card, say, hey, what's the worst case scenario for Bitcoin? And I do think that the worst case scenario is a sharp drop below 40K, which I think then we're set up for a huge, fantastic bull market. But there's a lot of things that are into the market. I mean, we're learning what Bitcoin is and what it isn't. To me, I'd be very surprised it's going to be I'd love for it to be a standard of value. And I think there's a big difference between Bitcoin and the Bitcoin standard. And the only way we'll get to a Bitcoin standard is we have to go back to relearn sound commercial banking. But I'm not here for that. I'm covering hedging your HODL. Now, I want to go into Bitmex because people want to know about my trading. I've been trading all along. This is my Bitmex account. I want to invite you to join. I've got started a guild. I don't really pay attention to it, but I'm going to start. I have asked them, you can actually see my live trades if you join the guild. Here's my position. You can hit this and you can see my active orders. Okay. I have asked them, I either have to enable it for everybody. I can't individually do it. I have asked them to add the feature because I don't like it that anybody can in the world can join my guild for literally nothing and see my positions and see everything I'm doing. I don't mind that my members do. So right now I have it on so you can see it. I have asked Bitmex to fix this for us so I can select. If you buy the starter kit or you go through my boot camp, then you can have access so you'll instantly see whatever I'm doing. Because that's a feature that I just, nobody's really paying for it. And, I'm an experienced, very successful trader. You can see our members ranking, you can see we have a guy that's doing very well here. Trader, this guy is a phenomenal. Is my troll box up here? That's not mine. That's the regular one.
It's right here.
Oh, okay, here's the troll box. I wanted to show you this.
You scroll down.
Oh, okay, let's go down here. Okay.
Right here.
Okay. All right. Trader G is already a lifetime member, and I didn't know he was on here, but he uses Bitmex just to trade. He shared his story because if you look at top traders, okay, he's right at the top. He's a member of my guild. He's also a Bitcoin. He's also a lifetime member, and if you'll see his comments, and he showed how he literally ran $300 into 25,000. This is what I teach. This is you can make a lot of money as a small trader. You don't have to be a big trader. Now, if you look at me, I'm ranking here too. I'm here at number 18. This is all of Bitmex, okay? And I'm consistently up there. I know what I'm doing trading. Okay, these are top traders. Here's the guild's ranking. My guild is, I don't know where, there it is. We're number 6. And here's the members ranking. Here's what you don't do. Now, I'm really sad to see this, but if I go all the way down here, there's somebody that lost $307,000. There's no reason, there's no excuse for that. There's none. There's he doesn't follow money management. This is just stupid trading. And this is people that need to go through that's why I'm starting this accountability. Look, if you want to see my trading, join. I got links, okay? There's one link if you're already an existing Bitmex member, you can join the guild. There's another one where if you're not a big Bitmex trader, you can join Bitmex and also be part of my guild. Now, I'm trying to get the feature where I can turn on and off my positions I don't want the public on there. I just want my members to see where I'm at. But this is the easiest way because I always post things. Again, successful traders don't hide. I don't know where the market is going, but I always tell you what I'm doing. If I'm long or short, and there's no secrets. I publish all my trades. Successful traders can do that because they have a track record and they know they're consistently successful. And so we're constantly learning. What I learned this last year is accountability. And I teach money management trumps fundamentals and fundamentals trumps TA. And people get this completely backwards. And the one thing that I missed, though, was accountability. And that's why I've started a new thing. I call it advanced equity trading. And it's a boot camp. And, all right. Oh, I don't know where my mouse is now.
To the left, slowly.
Left.
There.
Okay. All right. So here's the link to this article. Okay. This explains it all, why I'm doing this. If you're, whether or not you want to go through the boot camp or not, there's a lot of information here. Read it. If you're interested in it, you can apply to become to go through the 8-week intensive boot camp. You book a call with me. I talk to you personally. I'm going to get to know you personally. I will have at least one Zoom call with you every week, one-on-one. And I'm going to change your way of thinking because I'm going to figure you out. I'm going to find out what you're doing wrong. Look, you want to be a good trader. It's like you have to. I'm not a golfer, but I know Tiger Woods is a golfer, and he always needed a coach because you need a coach if you're going to be really good at things. Football players, anybody that's an athlete, they have coaches. And this is basically what I'll be doing to you. I will coach you in the right way of thinking. People that lose in trading, it always boils down to their thinking is backwards. And in this boot camp, I'm going to literally break you down, have you throw away the charts, change your thinking, and then build you back up. And that's the whole purpose of it. So go through this thing. If it's something that you think you want to do, you can make an application for it. I'm not going to accept you unless you have a decent net worth. If you don't have a HODL, you're not qualified for this course. And I want you to have a HODL, and you should have a net worth of at least $250,000. If you don't have that, you really need to get to work. You can get the equity trading start kit, and there's a link to that one. Let's see, where's that? The start kit. There it is. And that's this one here. And you're going to get all, won't get everything, but you'll get the Jade Wallet, my books, and the books we have in here. We got some cool stuff. Do I have a picture of that? We just signed up a new member, and we made a customized shirt just for him that he's a number one boot camper. Well,
Yeah, here, let me see it.
yeah, if you can. It's really cool that we did it. We have our own factory here too, so we can do a lot of weird stuff. All right.
Let me see. There it is.
Okay. Yeah. So here we go. There's our first boot camper. Are you sharing it?
Hold on 1 minute.
All right.
1 minute.
And we actually personalized it and put the guy's name on the front. So this is the back of the, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hold on, I'll share it in a minute.
at any rate, that's what we're doing. Again, I've got a thorough outline of what's involved with this 8-week intensive program. You'll be given a lot of homework. It's not cheap. It's $15,000, and you have to pay in Bitcoin. I'm not doing any credit cards, or you're going to get a history of all my trades. It's non-refundable because you're going to get my trading history on a CSV file. That's what we're doing. And if you want to go through it, you also, when you get through it, on week 4 or 5, we'll put you a member of, you become a member, a lifetime member. We'll put you on our trading group with other successful traders. And what I'm building now is, because of what I went through this last year, is a fellowship of successful traders that believe in equity trading, and we're basically there for you. The last thing I want to hear from somebody that has read and followed me is that they put a bullet in their head because they just got wiped out in the market, because we're all stupid. I was very stupid in my marriage. And, my beautiful, lovely wife, the goat lady, she decided she no longer wanted to be my wife and no longer wants to be the mother of our children. But I take responsibility for it. I don't blame her because I wronged her. And so I'm dealing with that now. And these are things that we go on through life. And so this is why I'm doing the equity trading thing. It's a matter of being responsible to other people for your decision making in trading, and to help one another. When you get down, we're there to lift you up, and it's really some of these guys are much better. Look, I'm a good trader, but some of these guys are much better at TA, and they have their own way of doing things. And that's because we're all different. And that's one of the things that we're going to do. I actually have you take the Enneagram test to find out what your personality traits are. I'm an enthusiast. I mean, it fits my personality. I did it. I kind of confirmed what I already knew, but you examine yourself, because a lot of trading is just psychology. It's not how you win, it's how you handle losses, because you're not always going to win. Handling losses is much more important than handling success. Although I think handling success is probably harder than handling losses. Losses, that life is full of losses, and that's where we learn. All right, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to cover. Okay, I don't think so. I just want to encourage you guys, go through the links on this. It's links to the articles that I have. I've covered some of this stuff in my book, Equity Trading. If you buy the Start Kit, why don't you go to the Start Kit, because most people are going to be disqualified for that. Scroll down. We're taking payment in Zelle. That's the only way. We're not going to take credit cards. The shipping is just killing us on international things. $55 doesn't cover it. But basically, if you get the kit, it's $290 plus shipping if it's the U.S., Canada, or Mexico, and $55 shipping for international. So a total of either $315 or $345, and you can Zelle that to us. Now, if you want to pay us with Bitcoin, you can do that. I think we need to put a Bitcoin address on there, or just email us, okay, and then we'll send an invoice.
Yeah, it says it.
So, and an address. So there it is. If you pay in Bitcoin, you do get a discount, and it'd be $275 and $305. And with this, you will also get access. You won't get access to our Telegram group, but you will get access to my contributions. Anytime I post on there, you'll be able to see that. You won't be able to communicate with the other members, and you won't be able to see their posts. You have to go through the boot camp to join that club, but it is a very exclusive club. It's about 200 members, and I require that you go through the boot camp, because you're really not even qualified to get in the discussion group until you have the basic concepts down, because otherwise you're going to be asking stupid questions, and which is fine. It just means that you're learning.
There's the only ugly.
Yeah, that's what you're going to be able to see. You won't be able to see the
rest of the good
the member group. So, and we're going to be doing more and more with the member group, because there's so much potential there. And yeah, there's the ghost of Bitcoin. Nobody won the Bitcoin Standard Award. It was the year that everybody kind of dropped the ball on Bitcoin. So hopefully, we got a lot of Bitcoin cronyism going on right now, and it's not helping things. All right, so hope that helps. I wanted to show out that I'm making the case. Again, it's not a prediction. I just made a case for 40,000 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was a normal, rational market, I would say it'd be about a 90% probability we're going to do that. But Bitcoin is a different breed of cat. It doesn't have to follow normal patterns. But I think it'd be a very, very healthy thing for us to have a sharp, cracking bear market, this summer, and take us down below for new lows for the year. And then I think we're set up to really make the move that a lot of people are looking for. So this is not a prediction. I'm not saying the market's going to do that, but it's a matter of risk assessment. And, particularly if your miners, should, look at your bottom line. How much do I need to hedge to make sure I'm making money for this year? Because you can hedge right now all your production for the rest of the year, and you can do it at a premium over the market. And that's what markets are created for. So they can lock in a price for the Bitcoin that they'll be mining over the next 6 months. And as a hodler, you also can protect yourself. You don't have to sell your Bitcoin if you think the price is too high and it's going down. You'd simply sell it on a derivative exchange and hedge yourself and profit from it that way. So all of that's covered in the articles. I'm going to be doing more shows. I'm back. Again, I've had severe health issues. You can still hear it in my voice. But I'm going to get back, and you'll be hearing my 2 cents worth in Bitcoin. But I wanted to put the word out there because I think everybody just thinks that, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. It goes up, 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 and they're not hearing the other side. And I think there's a very large reason for concern that this market could be at a top for for a substantial break. It's developing now. It may not develop at all. We hold in here and don't start breaking down, then we're good to go. But I don't see I see nothing but a struggle up from here with the Contango the way it is. I just don't see a runaway bull market. Of course, and you need to get to contract highs before you do that anyway. So hope this has helped you guys. Read the articles. Check out the boot camp. I can only do at the most 2 or 3 calls a day. So this is very limited, and it's a very selective. If you don't qualify, it's not because everything that I teach is available on my website. You have to dig it out, but it's there. So it's they're free. But the advanced equity trading is really what we're adding to it is an accountability. And if you're a trader and you lose money trading every year, you need to have a coach. And I'm the guy that can turn that around. If you can trade for a whole year, and break even, then you're on to something big. So yeah, here's how you do it. You schedule your breakthrough session call now. We have a few questions that you need to ask. I'm asking you because, you have to, you got to be serious about this because I'm going to put you to work. I'm going to change your thinking. And I don't if you're losing $15,000 a year trading in the market, this is going to be a very small expense because you're not going to do that anymore. You may not trade as a successfully, but you're not going to lose your ass. I guarantee you that. And you're going to learn how to. Again, there's a lot of small traders like me that become large traders. And most large traders become small traders again because they don't have that discipline and money management. So what I teach is the wise large trader chooses to become a small trader again. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not trading in a large way, but a very small way. I've shown on the record multiple times in Bitcoin how to take a small amount. And of course, the biggest run we have fully documented, that was like, I think, $5,000. I ran it into 1.7 million. Every trade is on file. And there was a thorough analysis. We couldn't keep up the equity app anymore because we just couldn't keep up with Bitmex's changes. So I think there's hopefully if we build this group, we can figure out a way to do that again because it's very helpful. Basically, I do recommend that rather than throw away the charts and chart your equity. Look at your equity. That equity, that margin box is so important on Bitmex, and that's what I'm looking at more than anything. Yes, again, I teach you to throw away the charts because I have to change your thinking. Then you come back. If you can throw away those charts for a week and just think of trading your equity, it will change the whole way that you do things. And this is the premise behind equity trading, and the one key ingredient that I was missing, and that I think we're now going to build. And again, I'm building this. I'm 70, almost 75. Hopefully I'll make it another 10 years, but I could be gone this year. But I want to build this thing so it's not just ugly old goat, but it's a whole group of traders that get it. We know what it is and how to be successful traders. There's certain principles that we all follow. I'm going to give you, the reading material that every successful trader has these same principles. And it's so easy to understand, but very difficult to execute. And so this is why I'm doing this boot camp, because I want you to go through the boot camp, and then you're going to be joined with a number of other people who have learned these things. And they're your brotherhood. They're your friends. They're there to help you. They're going to teach you all the things that they know. These guys, I learn from them every day. And I have a small piece of the puzzle. I have my own little techniques, but you develop your own, and some of them are much better. Some of these guys are just brilliant in the things that they're doing. So, well, I'm done. I think I've outlined everything that's going on. I hope I'm working on my health. I am back. I'm going to be writing more things. I've got a major article in the work called Transformational Trading. Hopefully that'll be out in the next week or two. And check out the Advanced Equity Trading article. Book a call if you want to go through the mentorship program, and make an application. If you don't qualify, then hey, you can help us out by purchasing the starter kit, and maybe in 3 or 4 years you'll be ready for the boot camp, and also they'll be around teaching it. So looking forward to hearing from you guys, and that's it. So I want Eddie to start getting on here with me. I hate doing this all by myself, and I'm trying to pass on more and more things, that I do here to be successful in trading. So thanks for tuning in. HODL, HODL, HODL. Save, save, save. Build a, build a, build a. Sound money, sound money.